What's happening? It's Sean Wallace, and in this video I want to talk to you about one of the most important things about money that you should know. And before I even get started, I am not a financial advisor, so please do not take me for financial advice. I'm probably the last person you want to actually take advice from when it comes to financial advice. I'm still trying to figure this thing out for my damn self. Now, with that being said, let me tell you a little bit about why I got this silver here and the importance of understanding real money, right? I was never taught about money. So as coming up, money wasn't something that was talked about in my family. So I didn't really start learning about money and real money until I got into entrepreneurship and started to grow my own business and learning about credit and things of that nature. So why do I have this silver here? Well, because this is what real money looks like. So if you got those FRNs or those Federal Reserve notes, that is not money. That's actually some monopoly money that ain't worth really shit, right? I'm just telling it how it is, right? So when I really learned that, I just want to tell you my point is that we should be learning on how to really have real money that has true value, right? And that's backed by something. So our dollar, it used to be backed by something. It used to be backed by this stuff, silver and gold, you know, back in like, let's say 1933. I believe that's how far the history goes. So that's why I wanted to just kind of bring to the importance. And once I learned that, I've been, as you can see, gathering and collecting silver in the form of coins as of right now for a good period of time by one of my mentors who actually shared with me the importance of being able to hedge against inflation with some real money. And I was like, man, I always thought that the dollar was real money. So let me just tell you this quick story on how and even why I even got started with this, and then what I want to share with you on how you can actually start, let's just say, protecting your future, right, by understanding on how to have some money that's really backed by something, right? So let me just share this with you real quick. Before I started saving silver or whatnot, I was on this journey of credit. So we used to help our clients be able to buy homes using non-traditional methods. And some of that was being able to have creative financing. But in that, you still would need to understand the credit game. So I was always wanting to understand the nuances of credit. So I've been on this whole journey of like, how do you leverage credit, build credit, right? And use it and enhance your credit and all this stuff. So, because again, credit is not taught in school. It wasn't taught at my home. So I had to figure out this credit game and fix my credit, right? So in that, I learned a lot of the different nuances of understanding your data points. How do you build up your data points? Understanding, you know, utilization and how to get derogatory things off your report. And that led me down into consumer laws, right? Never thought I'd be studying consumer laws, but that led me down these these statutes and US codes and things of this nature, which really opened up my eyes. I took a trip down to Atlanta where it was over, I think it was over 100 people in the room, and there was a conference on these US codes. Let me tell you, I did not know that I was going to go down there and have my mind blown and understand more in depth on how the credit game really works and how we are actually the true value. We're actually the money. That's another conversation. But I left there really knowing that money doesn't exist, is the best way to put it. Only real money exists, and everything else is just debt and credits and debits and credits, right? So once I understood that, I was like, man, I really realized then that I didn't want to focus no more on debt. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not a good financial advisor. You know, I had some credit cards that I was stacking up, and once I learned that I could discharge this stuff and all these different nuances, I won't get into that. I was like, man, you know, and again, this is not financial advice. I looked at all the cards and I was like, you know what? I can give a damn. I need to pay myself. I need to be investing into myself. I work super hard to send all my energy and money to pay these bills, right? Credit cards, right? I'm just speaking specifically on credit cards, Again, not financial advice. Why did I say that? Because I was like, man, I'm gonna start putting my money into assets, things that could actually generate me a cash flow. And then I'll use that cash flow from my assets to actually direct it towards my debt. So I was like, you know what? I don't give a damn how much interest they charge me or none of that. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be on this hamster wheel just taking my money to send it over there. I'm not taking care of myself first. That was the mind shift that I had. And again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I thought would work for me, because I was actually very pissed at my situation that I was in simply because I didn't understand what real money was and how it actually operated. So that's why I wanted to just share with you. Now, with that being said, there's a shift that's happening. I realized a big big wealth shift right now. And if you haven't heard of the C word, crypto, that's the new wealth shift, right? Keep your eyes open, like really peel back the lid a little bit, because that dollar, like I said, it's not worth shit, right? And there's a big wealth shift that's happening. And if you really look at what's going on behind the veil, look at what people are doing with their money. They're storing it in real assets that have some real liquidity to it, really. And then in crypto, there's a new thing out there now with crypto is backed by real world assets like gold, silver, oil, right? Agriculture, things of this nature. And when I thought about that, I said, this is very interesting because the dollar that we currently use isn't even backed by something of true value like it used to be. And now we have crypto hitting the market that's actually backed by some real world commodities. I thought that was very interesting. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you a couple of projects that I'm actually a part of. This is one of them, but I actually didn't bring you on this video to actually share with you how to get silver. Now, if you want to learn how to get silver, all you gotta do is send me an inbox and let me know, and I'll share with you on how I'm actually storing this at the spot price of what the current spot price is in the market. But this is not what I'm here for, right? We're actually here to talk about cryptos backed by commodities. And what I want to do is I want to introduce you into one of my mentors, my friends, and business partner who actually is sharing, there's really, I want to say, leading the way on this revolution, if you will, on how cryptos are backed by commodities, because it's something that you really want to just say, keep your ear to the tune of what's happening if you want to learn how to start generating the cash flow and really having something that has some true value and assets in your household, right? That can help you be able to sustain the times that we're in right now. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and just have you listen to this quick video by Travis and the actual company that we've partnered up with, Debtbox, right? Where you can listen to how we have these cryptos backed by real world commodities, just like this silver right here, and how you can take a part of it too as well. Take a look.
Hey guys, Travis Flaherty here, IX Debt Global Ambassador, and I am privileged to be here today with the Debtbox co-founder, Jake Anderson.
Travis, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. We're coming to you on site. Tell us a little bit about where we're at.
So we're at our drilling rig in Nebraska, and this is one of the first rigs that we've put up for BGLD. And it is actually the project that's supporting the token that we have.
So exciting. So listen, for those of you that have been following along, I want to start off by asking Jake a couple of questions. How does this really differentiate from what's going on in the cryptocurrency space? Because you guys are really setting a precedence right now with the difference between speculation versus tangibility. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, and so what we really want to do is create something that fulfilled a need that we saw in the industry, which is something that created the excitement of some of these, I guess you call them meme tokens, that are out there that have a great upside potential and everybody likes to see that, but also that has something that's backing the project, much like a utility token or something like that. But how do you do that? And so what we've created is a unique tokenomics that blends crypto with commodities. And oil was the first one that we went out at, and as you can see here, we're in Nebraska drilling for oil, and we've got some pretty sizable deposits here. We're very excited that we hit our first payload and we're going for our second one. And all of the revenues that come off of this, that go into BGLD, will actually buy token out of the market and then burn it to never be seen again, which is going to constantly restrict supply and create demand.
Well, so let's talk a little bit about, so you see the BGLD right here on our hat. So the black gold licenses just sold out. I've got people that are still reaching out going, can you get me just one more? So black gold was your proof of concept, so to speak. Talk to me a little bit about just the history of black gold.
Yeah, so we launched black gold back in November of 2021. And so we're coming up on a 1-year anniversary of that. And we started at a price point of 5 zeros and a 1, and we're currently trading at about a penny. And so that's roughly a 10,000% increase in value over the course of a year. And so we're proud about that, but that's really not, the height of what we're proud of. What we're proud of is we're actually doing something that's changing the industry as a whole. We're getting looked at from a lot of different industries, a lot of different companies, because the backing the commodities with the crypto and tying those things together is something that's never been done before. And so far, it's been really good.
Well, I want to talk a little bit more about this ecosystem and really how you're impacting the entire cryptocurrency industry, because let's face it, let's go back and even look at the last bull run that the industry had. I mean, there was a lot of speculation. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of coins where you had celebrities or influencers that were, tweeting about coins that had dogs or foxes or pictures on them, and they had no purpose, no real world value whatsoever. And I think a lot of people got sucked into that. And so, if we look at what you're doing, some would even say that it's kind of like the dollar when it was backed by gold before it was removed from the gold standard.
Yeah, similar.
And we know what's happened to the dollar in the last 50 years or so when it comes to the value. So you guys are, I think that the cryptocurrency industry as a whole is really looking for more substance as we move forward to bring in that credibility factor. How do you see yourselves playing a role in that as we move forward?
If I could narrow it down into one thing, it's stored value. And that's really the key. Anything that's considered, a currency should have stored value. It shouldn't lose 90% of what it's worth over the course of 50 years. So a lot of people during times like this, they'll flee to gold, silver, and some of these things that actually have appreciation and value. And that's what we're trying to create here is the digital format of that. And so our tokens are all supported by commodities and or digitally linked to the commodity itself, in the case of gold, silver, and palladium. But with oil, it's backed by the projects. And so this is one of 4 rigs that we have that are in the process of either being set up or are currently drilling, and there's many more coming.
Well, and to have a cryptocurrency portfolio prior to your ecosystem, I have to go out and buy different projects and ultimately hold all my coins in a wallet or some type of an exchange. But you guys have really given people the ability to be able to participate in many different projects, some that are moderate risk, some that are a little bit more aggressive. What are some of the projects that you guys have recently just rolled out?
So if we start at the beginning, we have black gold. We have a project called digitally linked gold. That's a little bit different. That's more of what you would call a conservative, because every token that's minted is actually tied directly to a gram of gold. And so with that, you have 3 choices. You can either hold it, you can sell it, or you can redeem it. In other words, every token that a DGL or DLG miner mints, you can actually redeem for the physical counterpart. Now, since nobody's going to take the physical counterpart of a 55-gallon drum of oil, it allows us to play with the tokenomics a little bit differently and give a little bit more of an upside potential. And so what happens there is we have an initial total supply of coin that's allocated. And every time that money comes off of one of these rigs, it goes and buys that supply out of the marketplace and burns it forever, which is going to constantly reduce the supply, but also increase the demand. Basic supply and demand economics would tell you that if that happens, the price goes up, and that's kind of what we've seen.
Yeah, it's exciting. So we've got a total of 5 live projects right now. Black gold sold out. One of the things that I am super excited about is this Explorer project and this satellite that we're working on. Talk to me just a little, because people are really excited about the possibility of partnering with a project, the first cryptocurrency, to my knowledge, that's going to have a satellite in space.
My knowledge as well. And so if you look at the technology that we use for all of our projects, what it is, and the way to explain it in a simple format, is it's kind of like an MRI machine. And what we do is we use a satellite technology to scan the Earth for different metals and different elements. Every element on the periodic table puts out a different frequency or vibration. And we can calibrate the machines to actually look for that and hone it down. And in our gold, we actually fine tune that to the part where we can actually go out into some of our mines in Africa, and we can actually see exactly where that gold vein is going. We know exactly what depth it's at and relatively know kind of what's there. And what that allows for exploration companies and prospectors to do is actually mine in a more eco-friendly way. And so we reduce a lot of the overhead burden for companies that are going out there because instead of doing strip mining or speculation, they know what they have and they know where to go get it, and that reduces the cost to them. So that technology becomes extremely valuable, and that technology is what is the underlying kind of foundation of every one of our projects. And so we use that for oil, we use it for natural gas, we use it for gold, silver, palladium, and we'll use it for everything else coming up. Right now, we currently contract that work through Google, and so we use their satellites in order to do it. But in launching Explorer, part of that roadmap is actually to launch our own satellite into space. And we're actually gonna do that pretty quick.
That's a lot of fun. So, I learned something today. 92% of the wells that are drilled are dry. And that's not very eco-friendly.
No.
So you guys are doing a lot on the eco-friendly side of things to be able to help people to pinpoint these projects with incredible accuracy. And that allows them to not only save a ton of money, which is essentially why they would potentially want to partner with you, but it's also great for the earth as well.
It is.
So that box here has accomplished a huge milestone over the last week or so. You just hit how many licenses sold?
We just broke 1 million licenses sold.
1 million licenses in 19 countries around the world.
In 10 months?
In 10 months. Guys, the best predictor of future performance is past performance. Now, with that being said, there are no guarantees in anything that we do here, but I do want to say this: success leaves clues. And I can tell you, I could not be more excited and more proud to be aligned with you guys with this project, and could not be more excited to see where the next 12 months takes us. So with that, Jake, thank you so much for your time.
Travis,
for having
pleasure.
me out here today. I appreciate it.
It's been fun.
Now, I don't know if you found that information just as interesting or intriguing as I did, but I can tell you what, as soon as I seen that information, I knew it was something I had to take some massive action on. So if you've seen some interest in that and you actually want to learn on how you can actually take a part of this crypto backed by real world commodities, what I want you to do right now is just leave a comment right below this post. Let me know that you're interested. Or I'm also going to leave a link too as well, where you can just go ahead and click that link and go ahead and leave your name, email on our list and get some more information. So that way you can make an informed decision if you want to go ahead and join our team right now with people who are able to actually start living off of these nodes and these cryptos backed by commodities. So I want to help you be able to do that same thing too as well. So if you found this interesting, go ahead and do a couple of things. I want you to leave a comment right below to let me know that you're interested. And then you also can click the link that's, I don't know, wherever I left it inside of this description or this post, or you can just send me a DM. I know that's a lot of call to action. Do whichever one seems the best for you, right? If you found some interest, reach out, get the information. Let's get you a part of the team so that way we can have you making money and cash flow with crypto backed by commodities. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.